going.
All right. For day 10, how is taking care of the elderly similar to being a mother?
Good question.
And to day 9, do you want me to slow down so you can type these in?
Go ahead.
How can art help the church fulfill the Great Commission?
You are 6.
Okay, today 8.
Oh, I want to point out, I was typing commission, I had an omission in commission.
Oh, omission and commission.
There is no omission.
What can we learn about mothering adults from the church? Thinking of the church as our mother.
What up, Joe? We're way too tired.
Day 5. How can people grow up musically in the church?
Dad, do you want me to
She's not
answer?
here
It's
today, is she?
Nolders.
It's Noller? We'll go ahead and
Hello, my
But
name
make it
is
short.
Goku. I'm a blue
Today 3, which is Sarah, I'm going to ask her what sort of guidance she wants from her mother.
That is a good question.
That is a good question.
She doesn't know the answer to it. We've already talked about that.
Yes.
No. That means we have to give them up.
Today 1, should
We can,
your heart change over time as you go through life?
Okay,
or should
well-
it remain constant?
we could ask him, I suppose. Luke, Pastor Brian wants to know if you'd be available for lunch tomorrow with them, our pastor's family.
No. Sure.
Mom, is Luke available?
If the orders are good with it, I'm.
Okay,
Rather
yeah.
than steak, but if you wanna
It
go
sounds
there-
like he's game, I think.
What's he having for lunch?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
Come on.
Sally's a really good cook.
The competition.
Okay. Bye.
Keep up.
Okay,
And
let's
if you're
see.
really lucky, no one
So,
gets hit in
let's
the
see,
head
my
with
questions
a,
to myself, I only got
billiard
one of them
Yeah.
done. How does participating in the symphony help us grow up and relate to one another as adults?
Now, interesting to see what you want.
You ask me anything?
Yeah,
Mr.
the
Last
question to
person.
you is, how can people grow up musically in the church, was my question to Hannah.
Listen to rap music.
Oh, yeah.
And,
Hip hop.
my
Yeah.
question to day 4 is, how can we teach our children to understand and love the symphony?
Mm-hmm. I think Dora's done real well already. Sounds
She's a
good.
natural.
She's learned from Wilson. And maybe she's learned from your parents.
Is that it?
Wilson here
She's
next week.
hilarious.
Yeah, I didn't have a question for day 2, I didn't
Okay.
get that far. I ran out of time.
Okay.
It was time for supper.
So this is day
Day 6.
6.
Another
Okay.
question. We're
Week,
supposed to have 10.
week 3,
I have 10.
day 6, initiation.
Yeah, normally, Luke, this would be, we'd have 1 week for initiation. Then we have 1 week for answers and symphony.
Mhm.
Then we have another week for initiations, another week for answers and symphony, etc.
I see.
But I think we're getting the gist of it,
Mhm.
which is time as it affects your maturation.
Mhm.
I had a deal once where I said, if we have covenant renewal worship as the imperative part of the four-step process, then this would be the subjective part. The book of Revelation would be the narrative part because it sums up the whole Bible in the future, and then providential history would be the objective part.
How does that work itself out? I don't.
Well, that's just God superintends history in ways, and that's the whole that's the big fact. Or, yeah, that's the fact thing. But,
Did we have all of 6's questions?
Okay,
Those are all my questions.
all right.
So,
So,
who follows 6?
who is the next one to
3. Okay, great. I've got all my questions here. So I'm asking day 11 the same question everybody is. How has day 11 affected and effected my heart and tone? How is it doing so? How will it do so? I'm asking 10, which is Tiffany. You've probably been exposed to how the world looks at the idea of caretaking. For instance, homeschool moms are often criticized. What is it that makes caring for others worth all the effort it takes and not the drain on resources that it is considered? And I've got I guess I've just got these going down 10, 9, 8, etc.
Okay.
So my question for 9, Mr. Robinson, you say that people in churches aren't interested in art that's too realistic if that reality is unpleasant. How does art make us whole people, and why does it involve unpleasant and not pretty images? I mean, it does involve pretty images. I meant not pretty to involve some of the unpleasant, I was describing unpleasant. Okay, now I'm confusing myself, so I better move on.
What was the last part?
How does art make us whole people, and why does that involve unpleasant or not pretty images?
It's kind of like singing the Psalms. Why don't people like us to say, God, you promised to break these people with a rod of iron, but we're asking you to do it.
We're singing a song that ends with God's judgment on people, and I was going over it today, and Dora spoke up and said, that isn't very nice. I don't know if I want to sing that.
Yeah.
I said, no,
Well,
that's what we're singing.
Okay. So I've got a question for day 8, Elder Rorta.
Okay.
What is the state of church mission today? What is lacking, and how do we fill up that lack? That's a big
Very
question.
good evaluation question.
Answered in 10 words.
To day 7, Joe. We talked about how the world was in night prior to the events of Easter at book study a couple weeks ago. For instance, Nicodemus meets Jesus at night. And the state of the world following the fall is often described as being in night. What possibly intellectual experiences have you had which have brought you from night to day? You don't have to answer right now, so we can move on to day 6. Mom, Adam named the animals on day 6. Naming is more than labeling. Does naming us, your children, as adults, change our condition? Does our relationship change because of this kind of communication? Well, does it? No. Moving on to day 5, which is Hannah.
More than, what did you say? It's more than labeling?
More than labeling.
Thank you.
Day 5, Hannah. We echoed each other's questions last week. How does repetition of motives in music help the music move forward?
You should write this down.
Doug will get, or you get
Sarah's got it.
repetition of motif,
Yeah.
leads to what?
Help the music move forward.
Okay, I'm sorry. My computer might be done with it.
It's okay.
Still send it to me because then I can access AOL.
Okay, yeah. Can I move on to day 4's question?
Please.
To
Yeah, I got that.
To day 4. It occurs to me that if you want to pass this on to others, you're going to have to get people who think they need to be changed. How do you lead people to confess their ignorance and desire to learn more? And then questions to myself. My first question is, how has my heart question changed as I ask and receive questions in this community? Have I learned anything through the parallelism of the transitioning of everyone in the symphony and my own question of transition? That was a long question.
Yeah.
Wish I wouldn't talk so much.
I like it.
Lots of
Wrote
things.
it down.